Hello, welcome to part 2 of the About section of your ELPAC Prep training course in Canvas. In this video, we will examine what scores you should be aiming to get on the ELPAC, as well as examine what your most recent scores were the last time you tested. Once you take a look at your most recent scores, you will identify some areas where you need to improve the next time you test, and some areas where you just need to maintain, which means to keep your score at the same level it was previously. If you take a look at the CVUHSD ELPAC Prep Course Enrollment Instruction Sheet you were given to enroll in this Canvas course, you'll notice that at the bottom there is a section entitled Most Recent Test Scores. Let's scroll down on the sheet together and look at that section. You'll see here that it says Most Recent Test Scores for, and you will see your name listed here on the individual sheet you have in front of you. Now first, this section states that your goal is to earn a score of 4 or higher on all sections of the ELPAC, and that is indeed your goal. On the ELPAC, your aim is for a score of 4 or higher on all of the sections. The section includes overall, they include reading, writing, listening, and speaking. And again, in each of these areas, your goal is to get a 4 or higher. Now on your individual sheet that you have in front of you, you should see scores listed in each of these categories. You should see an overall score listed here of a 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. You should see a score listed under reading of a 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. And as well in writing, listening, and speaking, you should see a score listed there of 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. These are your scores the last time you tested. Now let's take a minute and take a look at the scores that you have listed here on your sheet. I know on the screen it's blank and there's no scores, but on your individual sheet, you should see scores listed. Now let's say for overall, you see a 3 there. Now a 3 is lower than a 4, and remember that our aim is for a 4 or higher. So for the 3, next time you test, we will want to see some improvement. So for overall, you would mark you would come down here and circle on overall under the section entitled I will improve my scores, right? However, let's say you have a 4 here in the overall section. Well, the 4 is high enough. And so in that case, you would come down here and circle overall under the maintain my scores. Remember that maintain means that you just want to keep it the same or higher as the last time, whereas improve means you didn't quite score high enough and you want to make the score better. Let's take a look at your reading score. Let's say for your reading score, you have a 2. Well, you would definitely want to circle reading under improve because a 2 is not high enough. But let's say you have a 5 for reading. Well, then you would circle reading under maintain because you just want to keep that score as high as it was last time. I'm going to give you a minute now to go through all of your scores that are listed here in the different categories. That are listed on your sheet in different categories. And I would like you to circle whether you need to improve that category or maintain for that category. I'm going to go ahead and give you about 30 seconds to do this. Go ahead and start right now. Okay, now that you have identified the areas where you need to improve, as you move through this ELPAC prep course, be sure to pay extra careful attention to the types of question that will be asked on those sections. For example, if you identified that you need to improve in the writing section, then when we get to the section of this ELPAC prep course in Canvas that goes over what to expect on the writing section and actually gives you some sample questions from the writing section, be sure you pay extra careful attention. When you're taking tests, having exposure to the kinds of questions that might be asked and being able to be familiar with them and prepare for how to answer them will definitely help you do better the next time you take the test. Thank you for watching this video and for understanding what your scores were last time, and where you need to improve. As you move through the remainder of this training, we hope that knowing what your test scores were the last time you tested will help motivate you to do even better the next time you test.